I understand the heartbeat now. Hi, I am Orlie Sultana Al, formerly Dahan. I am Moroccan, Algerian, Tunisian, Italian, French, Israeli. I was born in Israel, lived in Belgium and United States. I am a child of the world. We all are actually. I have all of my ancestors within me. I carry the knowledge of generations before me. What I want to share to you today is exactly that. So they said that this hotel is managed by a woman. And this is not something you see much in Marrakesh or Morocco or even everywhere in the world today, right? So think how destructive it was in 1930 when my great-grandmother bought and managed a hotel and restaurant in Casablanca, Morocco. And she used this woman intuition to take this initiative when she was left alone. Her husband died and she had to take care of herself and her daughter. She used also this womanhood and compassion in order to feed the people of Casablanca. She would bring all the businesses around to come to her restaurant to feel nurtured and at home. And she used also this woman compassion for the less, the poor. They would all know that coming to her restaurant, they would have always a meal, a hot meal, and some water. And every Friday, she would take a bag of coins and sit outside of her hotel and give a coin and a meal to everyone that was in need. Since I was a little girl, my father taught me that everyone that asks for help, we should go out and take out our hands and help them. A few years ago, my friend sent me a message. She was in labor, waiting for a baby, and she just sent me a text saying, "I need you here." Running out of the house, immediately, I go to help. I walk by the kitchen and I see an orange. And I don't know why, I take the orange, I put it in my helmet. I was driving a motorcycle from the company I created, and I go to the hospital. Now, I was in Care Bear onesie, you know the Care Bears with the rainbow coming out of the stomach? It was Purim in Israel. It's like Halloween, it's a holiday where we all be in disguise. So it was very funny every time that a doctor or nurse came in the room and I'm in the Care Bear suit, waiting to help my friend in labor. And when I come to see her, I see her face in distress. And I see her all crunched up. And the problem was, there was no opening. So I start massaging her on the bed, against the wall, on the ball. We breathe together, and yet, no opening. I saw that her hands were swollen, and I told her, "Why don't you take off all the rings?" And she said, "I cannot." And again, I see this burden in her eyes. And with the lotion, I massage her. I take every ring off, every bracelet off, and I felt like with every one of those, there's a sigh, a relaxation. But again, no opening. So I called my friend, which was a doula and a nurse today, and I tell her, "Listen, I need your help. I don't know what to do anymore. There is no opening." She just told me, "Okay, do massage." We did that. "Okay, on the wall now, she needs to breathe." Okay, we did that. She said, "Okay, now I don't know how or who is going to get this for you. You need to find an orange." What? I tell her, "Why an orange?" And she said, "The peel of the orange, you need to smell it. It helps with the opening." Now, do you know this thing where you say, "I needed to listen to myself," or "Good, I listened to myself. I know what I'm saying." So in humanity, they call this a gut feeling, right? It can be a small thing like taking a jacket because you feel like maybe it will be cold, or maybe you didn't take what you wanted and then you're outside in the cold. Happened to me 2 days ago. It can be something you wanted to invest in. It can be an idea you wanted to do a venture. Now, humanity calls this a gut feeling, right? And why is it a gut feeling? It's because our stomach has a void. So in voids, we can find echoes, we can feel vibrations, and that's where we can feel it. Now, as women, we have another void. We have our uterus. This uterus helps us in this woman intuition, right? So we have it double. So what we need to do is to listen to this voice. We have all of the knowledge within us. We know how to support birth without even doing it before. We know what needs to be done without even knowing or learning it before. So my message to you is that in life in general, but especially in these days, bring your voice and trust your voice within. Thank you.